Hello, this is my group's presentation on Spotify Roblox Island. My name is Christopher Lonis.
My name is Jasmine Pierce.
My name is Nylan Taylor.
My name is Emerson Brockington.
My name is Asia McCann.
My name is Katora McDaniel.
So there were 5 key tasks that were given to the team. The first was to pitch an idea to get more people to connect to Spotify Island on Roblox through media. The second was to increase the engagement of the player base and the brand. The third was reaching different generations and platforms, so Gen Z and older generations as well. Gen Z, Gen X, I believe, and older generations as well. The fourth was this solution should also increase positive sentiment for the brand and encourage virality/social chatter. So visitors keep coming back to Spotify Island Hip Hop Planet. And the final task was to gain recommendations for what media channels should it utilize and which partners to work with for the campaign. So there are several features that Spotify Island has. One of them being playing mini games. You can race, you can surf, you can create music, and a bunch of other stuff. There are also mini games on the island. So for example, there's a dance floor that has music note buttons. You can also interact with virtual artists. Within this, you can have a photo booth with different Roblox artist avatars. You can also jump between music islands. There's also a way that players can earn prizes that are artist merchandises from the mini games. And there's daily rewards. So you can have hearts, star fruit, parkour moves, customizable pets, and rare version. And finally, artist music are played during the game while you're playing on the mini games, while you're on the island overall.
Some additions that they have brought to Roblox Spotify Island is, well, first off, the game is still very regularly updated. As of the 23rd, it was most recently updated on April 24th, 2024. And most of the time it's just small fixes. Maybe you might fall through the floor in a certain place and they'll fix up that kind of issue. They want to make it a more smooth and better experience overall. And something else that they added, one of their bigger updates, was Spotify SoundSphere, which is basically where you can go and create your own personal music, give it your own twist, make it however you want to make it. They've also given players the ability to take control of what they call the dashboard for a lot more personal music creation. And then the final major addition was something called Ride the Sound Waves, where one could take some of their favorite musical tracks and ride basically waves, depending on how the song is, how it sounds, how loud it is, kind of the frequency, just overall on the intensity of the song.
The reasons behind these features is that Spotify Islands want to create a immersive and unique experience to keep Spotify in the back of the head of the users using Roblox and playing through these islands. The mini games are there to keep players engaged with a variety of activities, such as interactions with the virtual artists, to enhance their immersion and further express the benefits of using Spotify. The daily rewards are encouraging them to come back to the islands every single day. It keeps the retention high, and it makes them want to be more engaged within the islands to get more rewards. And the customizability gives players the option to feel more connected to the island, to make it seem like something of their own, like the pets right there on the side, or like the mini games where they can create their own music or listen to their favorite songs and surf on the waves.
The planned uniqueness for Spotify Island is to discover, play, and create. It's a dynamic blend of creativity, music, and a focus on the content creation. Some of the stuff we decided to put in was cross-platform engagement. Basically, we will have different promotions going across different social platforms, including like the trending TikTok, Instagram, Twitch. We just want to reach the consumers where they're at. Also, we want to do exclusive music content, collaborating artists like Travis Scott, The Weekend, Drake. We just want to have stuff that consumers have relatability to, so they can use our platform more. Also, we want to increase user-generated content by having the players create their own content. It becomes more relatable, like I said before, because they'd rather have somebody looking like them than just a corporate person. Also, we should do more YouTube and Twitch trailers to highlight Spotify Hip Hop Island's features, share them on YouTube and Twitch streams. Also, Planet Hip Hop take inspiration from Spotify Island, Planet Hip Hop, create immersive experiences within the game with virtual concerts, artist theme zones, and interactive challenges. The main point of it is just to let players explore, discover, and connect with the hip hop culture throughout Spotify Hip Hop Island.
And now here is kind of why it will work. We have deemed the Discover, Play, and Create campaign, and the reasons that it works is we're taking advantage of currently available resources. Nothing that we have is anything that is beyond what is considered industry norm. So it's very, very doable, as there are many examples of it being done successfully. Influencer marketing is statistically very likely to bring a lot more brand memorability, 25%. For example, something like Fabletics, people will associate very strongly with Kevin Hart. Things of that nature very clearly do work, and it's very easy to track those statistics. Something else is video ads. They boost brand association by 139%, which is obviously very significant. So making a video ad is very important and will likely increase the chances of success. And as a result of the 139% brand association boost, user purchase intent is increased by 97%, and as well 87% of marketers insist that they receive ROI through these advertisements, just because of how successful they are. And now some challenges and insights that we decided to also address. One of the challenges is engagement. The younger generation, they have so many things that they like to move on to, so it's hard to keep them engaged. But our proposed idea addresses it by showcasing strong advertising potential with different mediums, meaning basically using like streamers to advertise the game, or anything of that nature will definitely help to increase the engagement overall. Something else is platform utilization. It's going to be very difficult to successfully be able to use all of our platforms successfully, but just simply partnering with them, signing contracts, for example, with YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, and other things like maybe Facebook. Spotify is going to be able to get their content on as many people's eyes as possible, just increasing the impressions as much as they possibly can to try and properly utilize the platforms. And now some of the insights that we also came across is the customizability. The target market, specifically Gen Z, they really want their experiences to be very unique from other people in their groups. It is something that they really just, they love to be able to make their own experiences. So that is one of the big things, of course, that we talked about previously. Something else is diversity. Adding in, a bunch of different music genres, hip hop, K-pop, of course, there are more genres than that, but it will help to bring in a much more diverse group of players, and also people who just like a bunch of different kinds of music will be a lot more interested in our product. And also progressiveness. The target audience really wants to see a positive impact being made to society, or a progressive impact, and that's something that is going to need to be a very essential part of the advertising, as it is something that they greatly value.
The next phase of this presentation will go into detail of what the campaign plan actually is. So the theme is Discover, Play, Create. And what that means is that we're going to cater towards a digital advertisement focusing on the three three aspects of Spotify Hip Hop Island, which is discovery of music, showing the different types of music that are being played throughout the game, playing obviously the mini games that they have and the interactions you can have throughout the game, and encouraging players to share their own content. The platform allows for players to create their own music. So sharing that content is a great way of advertising and creating engagement throughout the game. The goal of the campaign plan is to obviously retain the player base, but also increase the player count and engagement while also expanding the demographic, making sure that we're not just looking at one target audience, but reaching multiple at the same time. How we plan on doing this is by partnering with platforms such as Twitch and YouTube, by having them play promotional campaign videos before, gaming videos or music videos to reach the target audiences that we want to reach, and create a ban that's solely for the use of the game. This was a tactic used by League of Legends where they had music video campaigns, and we feel that this would greatly help our platform as well. We want to promote our interactive events, something that's already being done, but focus on that a little bit more and encourage users to create and share their own content from the game, and specifically using TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. Digital ads we want to use are going to be focused on video games, like on in-app games on iPhone and Google Play, and creating advertisements that run on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. Who do we plan on using to carry out this campaign plan would be people that are identifiable in the community. Kaisen Nat and Your Rage are two streamers that focus on music that many target audience members will recognize. Santika, RDC, Monster Cat, and Leak Beats are all other music streamers that are identifiable in the community. Artists such as Travis Scott and The Weeknd will give us more exposure, and social media influencers like Logan Paul, KSI, and IShowSpeed, who have a major following, will help increase the awareness of the brand. And we, again, plan to use platforms such as TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, and Spotify to carry out the plan. The timeline for this campaign is roughly 13 weeks, and it's going to be broken into 3 phases. The first phase is strategy development, focusing on developing a strategy on how we plan to deploy our campaign. Obviously, we're going to be creating more assets for the game to make sure that we can advertise it better, planning events ahead in the future, and marketing setups as far as who do we, those specific companies that we want to use to advertise our product. Obviously, the campaign launch, getting a feel for how the players enjoy the game, and obviously wrapping up, looking at measurements and data analysis to see how well the player base enjoyed our content.
So we plan to measure our performance through brand awareness, and from that, we will monitor the reach and the impressions and the brand mentions across all channels. We also plan to track the discussions on social media and forums related to Spotify and Spotify Island. Through engagement, we will evaluate the click-through rate and the session duration and monitor social media engagement metrics like likes, shares, and comments to gauge the audience sentiment. The third, we will measure traffic and conversions. We will track website traffic and conversions specifically related to Spotify Island. The fourth one is community, and we will encourage and monitor user-generated content sharing on social media and analyze referral programs through influencers and community members. Next, customer loyalty and retention. We will monitor how many people come to them and do loyalty programs. The seventh is sentiment analysts, using sentiment analyst tools to gauge the audience feedback. And the seventh is return on investment and cost efficiency. We will calculate the return on the ads spent and the cost per acquisition to measure the profitability and cost effectiveness of the ads that we run for this.
These right here are just the references. And that is our presentation.